We are entering now the period of Shiva de Nechemta. And the Rabbi Shalom begs of Klal Yisrael, נחמו, נחמו, Ami. Find comfort. Comfort yourselves. And the question is, how can we find comfort? After all, the Beis HaMikdash is still not rebuilt. We are living in difficult times. So how can we find comfort in the gullus in which we find ourselves in? The Heilige Belzerov Rabbi Yisachar Dov, one Friday night, was walking on the outskirts of town, where from a distance he heard the sweet sound of a Blat Gemara coming out of a small hut. As he approached the hut, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. He sees a young soldier, fully uniformed, swaying over the Gemara, singing the sweetest words of Omar Abaya, Omar Rava. Puzzled, the Belzerov looks at the soldier and says, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" And the soldier told him, "I'm a soldier in the army and I'm off for Shabbos." To which the Belzerov asked him, "Why don't you come into town? I'll find you a family, a comfortable bed, hot meals. Why are you here in this hut, spending Shabbos all alone?" And the soldier looked at the Rebbe and said, "I'll tell you my story. When I was first drafted into the army, the one fear that I had was, what's going to be with Shabbos Kodesh? And with much siyata d'shmaya, I found favor in the eyes of my commanding officer until I became his right-hand man. And after a little while, I approached him one day and I said, 'You see how devoted I am. You see how hard I work. I'll work even harder for 6 days a week, but please give me off every Shabbos.' And the officer responded, 'Yes, you can take Shabbos off.' I was so full of gratitude to the Rabbi Shalom that at that moment I promised myself I will not waste my Shabbos. 6 hours of Shabbos I will devote to davening, eating and sleeping. But for the remaining 18 hours, I will learn the Heilige Torah on Shabbos Kodesh. And that's why I'm here myself, spending my Shabbos with the Rabbi Shalom." The Belzerov looked up to Shemayim and said, "Heilige Bashefa, wer weiß, who knows if it's not people like this that are holding back Mashiach from coming." And what the Belzerov meant to say was, because this nachas ruach that the Rabbi Shalom has from seeing such heroism, such devotion, such clinging to him, is something that can only take place in Gullus. When Mashiach comes, we won't have these acts of clinging to the Rabbi Shalom like we have in Gullus. And Meirai v'Rabbeisai, I think that that's where we can find our Nechama. Yes, we've been in Gullus for so long. It's summertime, it's vacation, and thousands of Yidden are working on ourselves to be more Kadosh, to be closer to the Rabbi Shalom. That's a nachas ruach that's not despite our Gullus, but it's because we're in Gullus. We have the opportunity to bring this nachas ruach to the Rabbi Shalom. And if we internalize this message, we can hear those words of the Nevi'im. נחמו, נחמו, Ami.